Despite having 2 guaranteed seasons remaining on his 4-year, $120 million contract, Miami Heat guard Tyler Herro is seeking a lucrative extension in the coming months. Herro was named an All-Star for the first time in his career last season, so it's easy to understand why he is looking to get paid. The problem is Heat team president Pat Riley is not one to overpay, whether it's in a trade or with a new deal. It's a substantial reason Jimmy Butler was traded to the Golden State Warriors at the trade deadline. If Miami's front office is willing to dish out a substantial amount to Herro, plenty of other teams will. He's a youthful, 23.9 PPG scorer who proved in the 2024 to 2025 playoffs he is capable of rising to the occasion. Although these are enticing feats, a large portion of NBA fans believe he is being viewed well above his actual talent level. Fans grill Tyler Herro after reports suggest team are keeping an eye on him. Clutch Points shared that Tyler Herro becomes eligible for a 3-year extension worth near $150 million with the Miami Heat in October before the start of the 2025-26 season. This is a situation teams are keeping an eye on, as Pat Riley has always been cautious with giving out extensions. See Jimmy Butler's situation for details. Social media did not take fondly to this, as plenty of people were quick to call him and the teams monitoring his situation out. Monitoring Tyler Herro as if he's a superstar. One fan commented with laughing emojis. As previously mentioned, the 2024 to 2025 season was quite a valuable one for Herro's value around the league. However, it's a bit of a stretch to believe organizations are this intrigued before discussions between him and the Heat have even commenced. Herro at $50 million a year? 3 out of 150 is crazy for him, another person said. Meanwhile, you have Luka at 3/165. Los Angeles Lakers superstar Luka Doncic did recently ink a 3-year, $165 million extension with the team, but the odds this impacts Herro's situation are slim. The former 6th man of the year will almost certainly believe he's still worth the maximum, but it does shed light on whether he's deserving of it or not. A user kept their thoughts on Herro short and sweet, making obvious their belief he's not worth $50 million a year, writing, "Anybody need an overpaid backup PG that doesn't pass?" Chances are a Herro trade sweepstakes wouldn't pick up for a few months unless Riley decides to come out of the woodwork and make yet another bold comment. As part of the sign-and-trade deal that sent longtime Miami Heat sharpshooter Duncan Robinson to the Detroit Pistons, the Heat acquired forward Simone Fontecchio. Fontecchio, a native of Italy, was a rotation player in the regular season for a Pistons team that surprised a lot of people and qualified for the 2025 NBA playoffs. In 75 games played with Detroit and 0 starts last season, he averaged 5.9 points and 2.9 rebounds per game while shooting 33.5% from three-point range. In the 2023-24 season, he shot an impressive 40.1% from long range. But his future with Miami is now in question, as there seems to be a real chance that the Heat will part ways with him before he even makes his debut with the team. Nico Yenebarak wrote on X on Tuesday that the Heat are considering waiving Fontecchio so they can avoid the luxury tax. Fontecchio is set to make around $8.3 million with Miami in the coming season. Simone Fontecchio may be waived by the Miami Heat, Yenebarak wrote on X, according to a translation. The Heat are considering waiving the player to avoid the luxury tax. Fenerbahce Beko is closely monitoring the situation of the Italian star, whose potential return to Europe is emerging. 5 Reasons Sports' Ethan J. Skolnick provided a fresh report on Fontecchio's future in Miami as well. "I mentioned this as a possibility they may consider the day they acquired him," Skolnick wrote via Discord, referencing the possibility of Fontecchio being waived. "No rush to do it now. Haven't heard that's happening yet." Fontecchio has played for 2 teams, the Pistons and Utah Jazz, ever since he kicked off his NBA career in the 2022-23 campaign, and he's proven to be an effective role player. He's averaged 7.6 points per game for his career through 3 seasons and averaged double digits in points for the first time as an NBA player in the 2023-24 season. Although Fontecchio is an NBA-caliber player, Miami's success this coming season may not hinge on whether or not he's on the team. so it makes sense that the Heat are considering waiving him to save some money, especially in today's NBA where teams are incentivized for penny pinching. I mentioned this as a possibility they may consider the day they acquired him, Skolnick wrote via Discord, referencing the possibility of Fontecchio being waived. No rush to do it now. Haven't heard that's happening yet. Fontecchio has played for two teams, the Pistons and Utah Jazz, ever since he kicked off his NBA career in the 2022-23 campaign, and he's proven to be an effective role player. He's averaged 7.6 points per game for his career through 3 seasons and averaged double digits in points for the first time as an NBA player in the 2023-24 season. Although Fontecchio is an NBA-caliber player, Miami's success this coming season may not hinge on whether or not he's on the team, so it makes sense that the Heat are considering waiving him to save some money, especially in today's NBA where teams are incentivized for penny pinching. After a surprising injury to Haywood Highsmith, Miami Heat fans must be extremely bullish about his future with the team moving forward. To be honest, it's difficult to blame them and the front office if this is how they really feel. Highsmith is expected to miss up to 2 months after undergoing surgery to repair his meniscus. That timeline will place him out until the start of training camp, if not longer. At this point, there's a chance he could miss the start of the regular season for the Heat. That could be considered a significant loss for the team, especially on the defensive end of the floor. Highsmith is largely regarded as one of the Heat's best and most versatile defenders on the team. Losing his presence on that end of the floor will certainly have an early impact on the Heat. But this is more than just the fact that the Heat may have to begin the season without one of their regular contributors. There could be some added long-term impact with this recent injury for Highsmith. And that, more than anything, is one thing that Heat fans should be not too thrilled about moving forward. How will this affect Highsmith long-term? The big concern for the Heat has to revolve around how this will not only impact Highsmith's availability in training camp and to start the season, but how it could play a role in his long-term health. This matters to the Heat because Highsmith is in the final year of his contract and could be in line for an extension, depending on other possible moves that the team may make between now and next offseason. But if the Heat are going to give Highsmith an extension, they're going to need to be sure that this is not one of those injuries that is going to possibly have a long-term effect on his career. At 28 years old, Highsmith realistically still has some productive years left, but this injury is likely only going to give the Heat more hesitation to jump at an extension. Ultimately, his play this season is going to determine whether the Heat extends him or not. But there's no question that this injury does give the Heat something else to think about. The season hasn't even started yet, and the Heat are already against the 8 ball thanks to this surprising injury to Highsmith.